Hello fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Starrapter and welcome back to the channel. It's time to talk about some Star Wars comics, and we have quite a haul this week with 4 to talk about. The first one is a short glimpse at The Mandalorian, issue number 7, the penultimate issue. This adapts season 1 of the series from Disney Plus, of course written by Rodney Barnes, with artwork by Horace Gentil. This one is The Reckoning, in which we see in that episode every piece on the chessboard is brought together. We have Cara Dune, we have Grief Karga, we have Mando, everybody getting together, Kuel, and they're gonna go back to Navarro and figure out what's going on with this Imperial holdout. And that's what Grief wants them to do, is take out this guy, and that's when Moff Gideon ambushes, kills the client, and that's where we get the cliffhanger of Kuel is dead. Oh my gosh, spoilers for Mando season 1 that came out, oh my gosh, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago almost at this point. So yeah, that was issue for that. Getting into the original content here, we have Darth Vader issue number 30 in all her shadows. So this is really cool. We see the Handmaidens there attacking Darth Vader, and that really does happen in this issue. So we have Dorme, who is going undercover. We found out that she got found out by Darth Vader. She was going on this mission to get Sabe, her friend, back, thinking that she could not have fallen so hard to the darkness to work for Vader. And meanwhile, we find out that she finds out her position is working to try to kill Julian Tambor, who is a threat to the Empire. And she basically claims to have killed Julian Tambor, but no, she really takes him alive, and they go away, and next thing you know, his own ship attaches to her ship, and he has this big idea of a revolution that he's been creating over the last 6 years. Instead of, claiming this rebreather tech he's been, chiming away with his buddies there, he has been collecting droids, separatist droids that have been destroyed by Darth Vader. He's creating kind of a droid uprising. His idea is, he's going to use all the intel of these droids getting killed by Vader to basically predict ways of going about it, and he has basically done all the math and figures out that Sabe is the key to defeating Darth Vader. And then meanwhile, we have all these handmaidens attacking Darth Vader, and that's when he gets a transmission from Julian Tambor saying, hey, I have Sabe hostage. And then the handmaidens end up teaming up with Darth Vader because that's their best bet of getting their friend Sabe away. So yeah, lots goes on in this issue. I like how they mentioned that there's Imperial cleanup squads that have gone around throughout the galaxy killing the separatist droids. So is that a little bit of a retcon for the original trilogy? Not seeing any separatist droids around? Maybe that's a little bit of a retcon there. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see just everything going on with the sequel, with this original trilogy storyline, with so much prequel content there. So that was Darth Vader issue number 30. Now we're going to get into the High Republic phase of things. Phase 2, to be exact. We have the High Republic issue number 4. So in this, we have characters all around the planet of Jeddah. The entire storyline will be based in phase 2 on the planet of Jeddah, going nowhere else. We have Vildar Mac, who is being healed by this person of the Convocation of the Force, which is a bringing together a group, if you will, of different Force sects and religions, including the Disciples of the Wills, the Matatukai, the Sorcerers of Tund, all these different people coming together to try to figure out the Force and trying to have balance and trying to understand where the other concepts are coming from. So last we left off, there was a bomb that went off in the Kyber Temple. I think it was the Temple of Kyber. Vildar Mac used the Force to save as many people as he can, but one of the archivists dies. But anyway, we get further into this story. There's discussions being had in the Convocation of the Force, and then who else barges in but the Herald, who works for the Mother, who is the head of the Path of the Open Hand, which are completely against the use of the Force. So we see the Herald coming in. He's kind of disgruntled, saying that everybody here is a liar and a preposterous because they're using the Force where it should be saved for other people across the galaxy. And he's causing a commotion, and this commotion leads to riots happening, and at the same time he unleashes the Leveler, which is this big Force-sucking soul creature that we've seen in phase 1, out on the Sorcerer of Tund, who starts using the Force as like a Darth Dathomir magic kind of thing, and he's screaming, and well, we all think we're gonna know what happens to this guy if we've watched or if we've read through phase 1. he will probably turn to stone like Loden Greatstorm. So that really encapsulates the story in a nutshell. What I found very cool and appealing in this issue is it does coincide and intersects with George Mann's audio drama called The Battle of Jeddah. So we get to see a different perspective of how the Herald incites this craziness that will engulf this area into a huge riot that kind of spins off and really causes the Battle of Jeddah, if you will. So I like the idea of Cavan, Scott, and George Mann really just working together to piece this out. This is why I really enjoy the High Republic, because in Phase 1 this happened a lot. So it's cool to see that spirit even in Phase 2 as well. But yeah, it's just a really cool thing to see things like that are new, and this definitely feels different, these different Force cults and religions, and we're seeing, such as that one lady, she believes in using the Force through plants as a conduit, and they can heal, and it's more effective than Kolto apparently. So a lot of great stuff there. And the final issue of a comic we're talking about this week comes to us from the fine folks at Dark Horse Comics, and that is Star Wars The High Republic Adventures, issue number 2. This is volume 2, also set in Phase 2 of the High Republic, and this is called Turf Wars with the Dank Graks, sorry. So this one's of course written by Daniel Jose Older with Tony Bruno on the artwork. And well, we have what's going on with this character of Sav Malagan, who is a Padawan at the temple on Takodana across the way from Maz Kanata's castle. Last we left off, she likes to become a pirate in her spare time. And it's funny because she actually considers her role as a Padawan more of a mask, and her real self is more of a pirate, but it's really the other way around. But that's what she likes to say. So anyway, we have last seen there was a Geonosian Tund, actually, as we just mentioned in the previous issue with the High Republic, the Sorcerer of Tund that is on Takodana, inciting, like, trying to get together all these different Force sects, getting together the Dank Graks and the Dank Graks. It's going to take me a while to get that down. It doesn't stick for some reason. But yeah, basically we have Maz Kanata trying to figure out what this guy's up to, because he was on her planet. He's the guy that was coveting Takodana, and Maz Kanata took Takodana from him to some degree, and the Jedi also have a grudge, or he has a grudge with the Jedi. So he is getting these people together, and they're trying to do reconnaissance. Maz Kanata, her people, her little pirates there, their gang is trying to get information. So they find his ship, they go out to his ship, and at the same time, the people of the Dank Graks also go to their ships. So they kind of cross by each other without noticing. So they both end up on each other's ships, and that is when havoc is caused. We see just different interesting character moments here happening in this issue. This one dude has an officer that is like his payroll officer that has to be with him at all times, basically letting him know when he's violating the laws. So that's very interesting there. Also, with one of the characters that has basically maul legs, he has found a Tund droid. So it's like this pirate type of droid that's from the Sorcerer of Tund. And we also have a moment where this Geonosian, one of the Dank Graks here, is a Geonosian that's Force sensitive. And this is the guy that's the leader of this gang. And his ship is actually a Force-sensitive controlled ship. So luckily, we have the character of Sav Malagan, who is trying to keep her secret, but it doesn't stay a secret for long, that she is Force-sensitive, so she can help out but with controlling the ship. And Maz Kanata does approach her at the end and says, like, hey, I've known from the very beginning that you've been Force-sensitive, so you can't hide it from us. So it's really cool, because we just see this different gang. They have a female Zabrak, they have a Mune, they have a Cassian, which is the same species of Terra Sanube. So I love that Daniel Jose Older has included some of the more offbeat, some of the more obscure Star Wars species, just to fill out these ranks of these different aliens here. But yeah, this one was really funny, just the overall antics. If you enjoyed Star Wars The High Republic Adventures Volume 1, you're going to enjoy Volume 2. I think this is going to be one of the best stories of this Phase 2 as well. I really do feel that way. So there you go. There are all the stories that came out this week for the High Republic, for the ongoing series, for the Mandalorian adaptation. What was your favorite out of everything that came out this week? For more on Star Wars, I have been covering the Bad Batch. Make sure you go ahead and check out that content. I do a deep dive into the episodes, gleaning any of the interesting things that happen that really hit me to want to talk about with you guys. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of that content and any future content. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.
Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.